Om Vakratunda Mahakaya Suryakoti Samprabha Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Asmat Gurubhyo Namaha. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः श्री मेधा दक्षिणामूर्ति स्वामिने नमः। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम। So namaste once again. So we are seeing this sixth shloka. That is what we started in the previous class. Samsaraha swapnatulyo hi ragadveshadi sankulaha swakale satyavad bhati prabodhe sati asad bhave. This is what Adi Shankara says in the sixth shloka. And this shloka needs very careful understanding. So we need to actually deal with some of the aspects related to this shloka, even though Adi Shankara doesn't make it very explicit. Because his thought is, he has established that Ajnanam is the cause for the samsara. In the previous two slokas, he has established that. So he is further developing the same thought. And he actually now goes to establish the mithyatvam of this entire world, entire prapancha, which is very, very difficult for all of us to swallow, isn't it? You say that this world is unreal, it is mithya, you will say that there's something wrong with Adi Shankara, why he is saying it. But he is Adi Shankara, so we can't dismiss it also. So we have to understand what is being said here. See, we must remember one thing. In Vedanta, many statements are made. And these statements are made from two standpoints. One standpoint is from the standpoint of an ajnani, an ignorant person. Some statements are made. Then other statements are made from the standpoint of a jnani, a wise person. Now what happens to most of us is, if we do not know the difference between what statement is being made from the standpoint of an ajnani and what statement is being made from the standpoint of a jnani, we will get totally confused. So the purpose of Adi Shankara in these verses is, having established ajnanam as the cause for this samsara, having established that samsara is the biggest obstacle for us to get moksha, so that samsara for which the cause is ajnanam, unless that ajnanam is removed, we will not get moksha. So jnanam is the most important thing for moksha. And corollary of it is, any amount of karma you do, any amount of yaga and yajna you do, that is not going to give you moksha. They may give you more and more punya for you to go to Brahmaloka and different lokas and all, but that will not give you liberation, that will not give you moksha. that will not give you the eternal freedom, because it is not jnanam. We saw that avirodatvat, right? What is ajnanam virodhi only will remove ajnanam. Ajnanam friend, or not even, let us not call a friend, which is not related to ajnanam, will not give you moksha. So this was what he has been establishing. Now he comes to another level of this effect of this ajnana. What is this ajnana? What is it doing, rather, right? And we have seen earlier that aham purnam brahma is the reality, is the fact. But that has become aham apurna jiva because of this ajnana. And now we will analyze a little bit what all this ajnanam does. What is this job of this ajnanam? What is its function? And what is the mischief being done by this ajnana, this ignorance, self-ignorance, right? Because unless we understand, analyze and understand this mithyatvam of the jagat, which he is talking about in this shloka, it will not make any sense to us. So, as I told you in this last class, this ajnanam itself is known as in Vedanta known as by different names. First name was, we saw, Mula Avidya. Is this ajnana? Mula Vidya. Then there is another name we saw, that Maya, for this ajnana. Right. So we have seen Mula Vidya, Maya, Ajnanam, all these things mean the same thing. We can actually interpolate one for the other, right? And we saw that this Maya has got two powers, two Shakti, Vikshepa Shakti and Avarana Shakti. That also we have seen, we saw that in Tattva Bodha itself. Vikshepa Shakti is a creative power, and that means it projects, it throws out, like a projector projects a film on the screen. Like that, the Vikshepa Shakti is projecting this entire prapancha, this entire world, it projects. And Avarana Shakti is a deluding power, a covering power, a veiling power. And Vikshepa Shakti is because of Rajoguna, and Avarana Shakti arises because of Tamoguna. Because this Trigunatmikam Maya has contained all these gunas. So these gunas are playing up. When Rajoguna is playing up, Vikshepa Shakti comes into play. When Tamoguna plays up, Avarana Shakti comes into play. So thus this Ajnanam or Maya has got these two powers. The creative power and also the covering or the veiling power. And as I said, because of this Vikshepa Shakti, this Ajnanam creates this vast universe. But it is not a real universe. And that is why we call it Maya. It is just like a magician, right? With his Indrajal, he creates illusion of so many objects. He shows as if he is cutting somebody's body into two, and even actually separates those two parts. But there is no blood. We don't think that when we are seeing the magic show. Outside we'll probably think, oh my God, there was no blood. He cut the body, but no blood flow. No blood flow was there. So what he is doing, he is projecting a certain thing in front of our eyes to make us believe that it is real. He will produce some rabbit out of a hat. So these magicians use this Vikshepa Shakti. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. We can't do it. They can do it. They are more closer to Maya than us. Right? So, similarly, this Maya creates this Dvaita Prapancha. That which is not there, it shows us and makes us believe that it is there. Right? And that includes our body, mind, sense complex also. So this entire Anatma Prapancha, this Anatma Prapancha, as we have seen earlier, Atma and Anatma division, everything other than Atma comes under Anatma. And we have also understood that our body mind complex is not Atma. So automatically it comes under Anatma definition or classification only. Once it is coming under Anatma classification, it becomes part of this Anatma Prapancha, which is a projection. So including the body mind complex which we are actually experiencing is mithya. It is not there. Appears to be there, but in reality it is not there. They're all very, very difficult to swallow. I can tell you that. I mean, for us to understand this, it requires a very, very subtle intellect. What Vedanta wants to say, we have to follow the train of thought very carefully. So, this Anatma Prapancha which we are experiencing, Vedanta says that it appears to be real, but it is not real. Okay, why is it that happening? Is the question. How can you say it appears to be real and it is not real? What if it is real and you are just saying it for the sake of saying it? And that is why the Vedanta analyzes this. Why this is happening? What is this role this Ajnanam is playing in this? What are the roles that this Vikshepa Shakti and this Avarana Shakti are playing in this? And why this is happening? Why we take this world as real? Even though Vedanta says it is not real. That analysis is what follows. So, Adi Shankara in this shloka gives this example. He says that as the waker, in his waking state, is not affected by the dream. In his waking state, as he understands the dream to be only an appearance, a mithya, and not a reality, similarly, when you wake up from this waking state, and to use an expression which Swami Paramarthananda uses, when you become a super waker, when you get this jnanam and become a jnani, when you get the self knowledge and you abide in that self knowledge, you have jnana, nishta, then you will understand that this entire world was swapnatulyo hi, samsara hai swapnatulyo hi. It was all a mithya, it was just an appearance. Actually, there is nothing called real world. But as long as, because similarly, as long as a dreamer is in the dream, as a dreamer, the dream looks very real for him, isn't it? So for a dreamer, a dream is very real as long as he is in the dream state. Only when he wakes up from the dream, he realizes that the dream was a false or it was just an appearance. Till such time, he will not realize. In fact, he will emote in the dream. All emotions he will have in the dream, like he has in the waking stage. But when we wake up, the dream vanishes. There is no more a dream. Similarly, when we become a super waker, we will understand the mithyatvam of this world. The only difference between the dream world and this prapancha, the vyavaharika prapancha, is while after waking, the dream world vanishes. Whereas here, after you become a jnani also, this world will continue to be experienced. But a jnani will not give this world satyatvam. he will know that this is mithya. So he will not take anything that is happening in this world, anything which is happening in the anatma prapancha, including his own body, mind, sense complex, because he knows that that is also anatma only. Anything that is happening in this anatma is all mithya. It appears to be there, but it doesn't exist. For its existence, I am only lending my existence to it. Because I am pure existence, I have got the power to lend my existence. So this world appears as this is because I am lending existence. If I stop lending existence to this, it will stop existing. So when he gets the jnanam, he stops lending existence to this world from his own standpoint. And this is mithya. So far as I am concerned, this is mithya. Let everybody else, agyan is considered to be real. I don't need to bother about it. This is what is the perspective of a jnani. And that is exactly what is being expressed in this sloka. Okay. So now we have got this situation where I am a jnani, but right now I am suffering from ajnanam. And because of this, that vikshepa shakti, avarana shakti, everything is there. And vikshepa shakti is projecting this world. I am experiencing this world as an ajnani. All this is happening. But suppose if I know that I am actually Atma, I am Brahman, and this world is mithya, what I will go on saying? Oh, this world, I have created this world. Aham Brahmasmi. I have created this world. I have lent this existence. If I were not there, this world will not exist. This world is dependent on me for its existence. This is what we will say, but we don't say it. Why? So what Vedanta says is, there happens, because of this ajnanam, ignorance, two types of adhyasa. Adhyasa means a superimposition. The first adhyasa is done by this vikshepa shakti. It is projecting this entire prapancha, this anatma prapancha, where actually nothing is existing. This is the pratamika adhyasa. I am Atma still there, reality, and this world is projected adhyasa. But this projection will still not affect me. As long as I know that I am Atma, I am the reality, I am actually lending this reality because of my Maya Shakti. I am Brahman and Maya Shakti is under me. As Krishna says, Mama Maya Duratyaya in the Gita. Mama Maya, my Shakti, my power is what this world is projected. As long as that much understanding is there, this entire projection will not affect us, isn't it? We will know there is a projection. Just like when we go to a movie, whatever is happening in that movie, all sorts of emotional scenes and fight and killing and, you know, so many things happen. When we are watching this movie, our status is a sakshi status. We are just witnessing. We don't get involved in that. We very well know this is a projection. The heroine may be undergoing so many travails there, maybe subjected to, dance on some glass pieces and all, blood may be oozing and all that. We may just actually smile. See what the imagination of this director and producer is. They're doing all that sorts of these things. If we are intellectually mature to understand it. But there are people who have got a very low level of intellectual understanding. They have got such a deep ajnanam that if they say N.T. Ramarao in Vishnu's photo there, they will do namaskaram and also do arati and all that for the photo. They will take it as real, as if they have come to a temple. They will do all that. We know, we have seen all those kind of things. So, like that, if only the Vikshepa Shakti is there and only the projection is there, and we are still fully conscious, aware of our true identity, the Vikshepa Shakti will not do any harm to us. We'll say, let it be there. But what happens is, it doesn't stop with this Pratamika Adhyasa. This Avarana Shakti kicks in. And that is the most deadliest thing. What? It's like a relay race. So Vikshepa Shakti, having projected, it takes rest and hands over the baton to this Avarana Shakti. And the Avarana Shakti, what it does, it actually clouds, or it covers the mithyatvam of this world, and then makes us believe that it is real. How does that Avarana Shakti do that? That is what is the second adhyasa, Dvitiya adhyasa, which Vedanta talks about. What this Avarana Shakti does is, it deludes us, confuses us. So there are two things now. One is Satyam Atma, I am there, and the Mithya Jagat, which is there. What this Avarana Shakti does is, it interpolates the Satyatvam and Mithyatvam. It takes our Satyatvam and superimposes it on the Prapancha. And it takes the Prapancha's Mithyatvam and superimposes it on the Atma. This exchange, this Avarana Shakti does, and which is the deadliest exchange. Because of that, what happens? Aham Satyam, my body-mind complex is Mithya, but because of the trick played by Maya, I don't recognize my original self, and instead I take my body-mind complex as Satyam. This is one side. So whenever I say I am only referring to my body-mind complex, giving it a reality. Even though it is anatma, it is mithya. Similarly, what this Maya does, it takes my satyatvam and superimposes on this entire anatma prapancha. So it is not only the body-mind complex, this entire anatma prapancha, we take it as satyam, real. We understand this is all real because of this superimposition of this satyatvam on the mithya world by this maya or agyan. It doesn't stop there. It takes the mithyatvam of that and then puts it on our body, as I told you, mithyatvam of the world, and put it on our atma. So atma also doesn't know its real nature, forgets its near nature because of this adhyasa. And so we don't know what the Atma is. We are totally ignorant of our real nature. We take this body mind complex as real. We take this world also as real. That is the problem we face. And this is all happening because of this Ajnana. So Vikshepa Shakti is not a problem, but Avarana Shakti is a problem. Avarana Shakti is the main culprit so far as the cause for our Ajnanam is concerned. So the entire attempt in Vedanta, in the Vedanta Shastra, in the Upanishads and all, is to remove this Avarana Shakti, is to make us understand the role of this Avarana Shakti. Vedanta has got no problem with Vikshepa Shakti. It says that is harmless. Let the world appear. What does it matter to a Jnani? As long as he has got Viveka, Vairagyam, Mumukshutvam, all those kind of things in sufficient quantity, even though he will be in the middle of the world, he will be remaining unaffected, like that water droplet on a lotus flower or lotus leaf. He will be there, but will not stick to the world. The world will not stick to him. There won't be any samsara for him. So this is what is the adhyasa, the two adhyasas which are taking place, Prathamika adhyasa and Dvitiya adhyasa. And we forget, we become ignorant of the fact, as what Kaivalya Upanishad says, Mayeva sakalam jatam, Mayi sarvam pratishtitam, Mayi sarvam layam yanti, Tad Brahma Advayam Ahamasmi. We forget the fact, we become ignorant of the fact that this entire prapancha was created by me only, it is sustained by me, and it actually dissolves or resolves in me, and I am that Brahman, that non-dual Brahman. This fact we become ignorant of, thanks to the Avarana Shakti of Maya. And this is what we call Atma Anatma Aviveka. And that is why Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampatti start with Atma Anatma Viveka. Atma Satyam Tadanyat Sarvam Mityeti. Remember Tattva Bodha? Only Satyam is Atma, everything else is Mithya. That includes body mind complex also. And this entire, this two adhyasas which I talked about, Adi Shankara puts it very beautifully in Brahma Sutra Bhashya. In fact, the introductory Bhashyam for Brahma Sutra is called Adhyasa Bhashyam. One full Bhashyam about this Adhyasa, he discusses this Adhyasa in a very, very, detailed manner. And he describes it very well. Anatmani Atma Dharma Adhyasa hai, Atmani Anatma Dharma Adhyasa hai. He says, this is what the word is. In the Atma, the dharmas or the qualities, the properties of the Anatma are superimposed. And in the Anatma, the qualities and properties of the Atma are superimposed. This is called Anyonya Adhyasa. He says, Anyonyasmin, Anyot Atmakatam, Anyonya Dharmansya Adhyasya, Itaretara Avivekena, Ahamidam, Mamamidam iti. All these I, when we say I, we are referring to this body mind complex, mama, my relatives, my home, my possessions. Whenever this aham and this mama business comes in, and all referring to this anatma prapancha, the real aham is lost sight of. This is the role played by Ajnanam or Maya or the powers of this Ajnanam, and that is the reason why we are taking this entire world as real. We are taking our body mind complex also as real. This is how Shankara explains it there in Brahma Sutra Bhashya, and which is very important for us to understand, mainly because we have seen the different qualities of Atma. It is avikara, nitya, asanga, Shuddha hai, Buddha hai. All these things we have seen, right? So, but what is this world? It is savikara hai, ashuddha hai, anitya hai. That is what we have seen already. So, what is happening here is this savikaratvam asti, asti, jayate, vardate, viparinimate, all these vikaras which are taking place in this entire anatma prapancha, I superimpose those changes upon myself. And I say, aham jatah, aham marishye, aham vriddha, all these things. I am growing old, I am born, I am dying. Why? All this birth, death, everything relates to anatma. Atma doesn't have anything. But we say I, referring to the Atma, but because of the Adhyasa, we are actually attributing all the properties of the Anatma to the Atma and say, I am dying, I am old, I am sick, I am this, I am that. That is what is happening actually. Right? So, Savikaratvam, Anatmanah Savikaratvam Atmani Adhyasya, Sanskrit, koncha. For those who are interested in trying to understand the same idea in Sanskrit. So, Atmanah Savikaratvam, Atmani Adhyasya, Aham Savikari iti Buddhim Janayati. That I am, I am old, I am going to die, and all this, change. That Buddhi Janayati, that is that thought gets formed in our mind because of this Adhyasa. So this Anyonya Adhyasa is taking place between Satyam and Mithya. What is Satyam is taken as Mithya, or at least it is not recognized. And what is Mithya is being taken as Satyam. And as I told you, this Vikshepa Shakti doesn't create the Anyonya Adhyasa. If the Anyonya Adhyasa is not there, all of us will be Jnanis only. No problem. Even though we may be in this prapancha, in this world, in this cosmos, we will know our true nature because no adhyasa, anyonya adhyasa has not taken place. Avarana Shakti has not played its role. It is because of this Avarana Shakti, this confusion, this anyonya adhyasa is taking place, right? So as I said, what we have to do is destroy this Avarana Shakti. And that ajnanam removal is what is called jnanam. Okay. Once we have done that, what we will do? This mithyatvam which we are superimposing upon our true nature, we will take it out and give it to the prapancha, to the world. You have this mithyatvam with yourself. This originally belongs to you. And the false satyatvam which you are claiming that you have now, I will take it back and put it on me. So the original situation as Atma Satyam Jagan Mithya will be re-established. So that is how we will get the jnanam, we will get to know our true self. What is the true self? This is what Bhagavan Krishna also says, isn't it? In the Gita. Na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuyah ajo nityah shashvato ayam puranah na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Beautiful shloka. This entire Vedanta is there in one shloka. Of course, understand that shloka, you require all this background, right? Aja hai, nityam, nitya hai, shashwata hai, I am eternal. Purana hai, I have no beginning. I am means Atma, I'm talking about, not body mind complex. Right? Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. Even if this body mind complex is finished, na hanyate, I cannot be hurt, I cannot be destroyed. That is my true nature. A beautiful sloka. Okay. So aham nirvikara hai, anatma is savikara hai. And once we reverse this anyonya adhyasa, we will realize aham satyam, jagan mitya, aham brahma purnah, satyam asmi, jagat mitya asti. This is what we will realize. And once we have sorted this out, whether avarana shakti is there or not, it is no longer there because we have removed it. We have tackled the avarana shakti. And as I said, whether the world will continue or not, it will continue. Because we have not removed the Vikshepa Shakti. We have left it alone. Harmless Vikshepa Shakti. You continue to project whatever you want to project. I will choose not to look at that movie. I will choose, even though the movie is there in my front, I will not react to that movie. Because I know that that is all mithya. In my mind, I know it is mithya. The jnani may not go around telling everybody it is mithya, it is mithya, it is mithya, right? People, if he does that, people may start throwing stones at the jnani. This fellow has lost it. This is told only to serious students of Vedanta. Because only they can appreciate this. Because all these things, that's why Vedanta requires this qualification, this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. You can't come to Vedanta with all your adhyasas, both Vikshepa Shakti and Avarana Shakti, everything fully intact. You can't come to Vedanta. Some degree of removal of that screen, that smoke screen which this Avarana Shakti is creating, and which is causing all this raga, dvesha, lobha, krodha, moha, lobha, mada, matsarya, all these things are being caused by this, all these kind of gunas, by this Avarana Shakti. To some extent, if you reduce that smoke screen by bringing in little bit of viveka, little bit of vairagya and all, that is the starting point for Vedanta studies. And it is very difficult. It is not easy for everybody to do. 1 in a million may be able to do. So we must understand these things very, very carefully, because this sloka is a very important sloka. It says, samsara swapna tulyo hi. I mean, what Shankaracharya is saying is like dream, whole world. We have to understand the perspective. He is talking from the standpoint of a jnani. Once you get the jnanam, we will also know that this whole samsara is anatma prapancha. It is just, and samsara means I am including everything, including our feeling limitations and all that. That's all because of adhyasa only, no? Because the whole prapancha is born and it has got it keeps on changing, and what is born will die one day. What is created will be dissolved. Everything will vanish. It will go back to its unmanifest state. So, everything we are taking it as real because of this adhyasa, right? Now, there are some questions will come. We said Vikshepa Shakti, let it continue. Let the world continue. It doesn't affect me. So I know I am Advaita Atma. Then one Purva Pakshi will stand up and say, you just now said that Aham Advaita Atma, one entity, and you said that the world continue, another entity. So there are still, we are talking about Dvaitam only. Where is the question of Advaitam? He will ask, isn't it? Very natural question. He will say, unless you actually, he will tell the Vedantin, Advaita Vedantin, you see, you are very smart. Huh? You are very smart. You are like these lawyers in this courts and all. They will actually, suppress their weakness and try to highlight what their strong point is. Like that, you are also doing. You have left this Vikshepa Shakti untackled. And for that, you are saying it doesn't affect me, so let it be there. So when you say let it be there, that means that you are allowing its existence. And you can't tackle it because you have no solution for that. That is why you are making all these kind of arguments. The Purva Pakshi will certainly take an objection. He will criticize the Advaita Vedanta. So he says still Dvaitam is there. So whatever you do, this Dvaitam will not go. This world is not going to go away. Whatever may be your arguments. For that, the Vedantin says, you have not understood what I have said. What I told you is, this world as a mithya, let it continue. I have no problem because I am not giving any reality to this world from my point of view. I am not saying that you should believe that there is only Advaitam. I believe there is Advaitam. I am Advaita Atma. If you don't have the Jnanam, if you don't get, if you are still, caught by this Avarana Shakti of this Maya, you take the world as to be real. I have no problem. So far as I am concerned, I am looking at my goal as moksha. And I know that I can get that moksha only because of jnanam. And I know that because the Shastra says so. For me, the Shastra Pramanam is the Mukhya Pramanam so far as Atma Jnanam is concerned. You can treat the world as real. I have no problem. You will continue to treat till you get this Jnana. I have already said this doesn't exist for me. Like Rajju Sarpa example we have seen, or we have seen this Marichi Udakam. I have understood that there is only a rope. There is no snake. The snake was a superimposition on the rope because of my ajnanam, my ignorance. I took the snake to be rope. Sorry, the rope to be a snake. But now I have put full light, floodlight I have put. No longer ajnanam is there, no longer darkness is there, the darkness of ignorance is there. So I know that there is only a rope, there is no snake. If you want to keep on seeing snake in that rope, you keep on staying and you get all the consequences of that running away, being afraid of that snake, it will bite me, I will die, it's a poisonous snake, all that you can continue. But you cannot challenge my understanding, my knowledge. This is what the Jnani will say. So Jnani is not bothered what the world thinks about him. Because for him there is no world. There is no second. If I understand I am Aham Brahmasmi, I also understand that Tat Tvamasi. You are no different than me. In fact, we are all one and the same. There is only single Atma. That Atma is not divided into different living beings. There is only one Atma. There is nothing else. When I understand that, when there is non-existent world is, when I understand the world is non-existent, what if somebody in that world says certain things to me? I have no problem at all to say. You are saying it because of your ignorance rather. So what we have to do, the prathamika adhyasa, let it continue. The dvitiya adhyasa is what we tackle, this avarana shakti, that all the mischief caused by this avarana shakti is what is being tackled in Vedanta rather. Right. So that is why he says samsara swapna tulyaha. It is similar to the dream, samsara, right? And dream we have established it is mithya. यथा स्वप्नः मिथ्या एवं प्रपंचः भी मिथ्या एव. This is what is the truth, right? So it is a projection of Maya. Yad yad mithya tat tat ajnana janyam iti vyapti. The vyapti is whatever is mithya, it is born only out of ignorance. That is mithya, right? So I gave you the example of Sarpa, and including another example we have seen, this Marichi Udaka, the mirage water, mithya, looks like real from a distance. As you go near, that mithyatvam vanishes and we find only it was a fine sand. So similarly, this world is what? Ajnana janyam, Mula vidya janyam, Maya kalpitam. Maya kalpita desha kala kalana. Just recall the sloka from Dakshinamurti Stotra, right? And this world, whether it is real or not, the Jnani is not bothered. But this world is a beautiful world, isn't it? So much beautiful things are there. So many festivals are there. Silk sarees are there. Gold ornaments are there. So many things for us to enjoy and be happy, even though that is only a experiential happiness. That is also required for Ajnanis, isn't it? For Ajnanis, they look for that experiential happiness only. That is their world. In everything they do, they are looking for that little bit of happiness, and nothing wrong in that. As long as they are Ajnanis, they don't know their true nature. They are Ananda Swarupa hai. As long as they do not know, at least let them enjoy the benefit of being Ananda Swarupa hai through this experiential happiness which they get now and then. So, Jnani says, let them enjoy. He is compassionate. Jnani says, all those people who are Ajnanis, let the world be there. Let them enjoy this world. It's a beautiful world at the end of the day. Even though I know it is mithya. Like, beautiful in cinema, films and all, we see the beautiful Switzerland scene, Kashmir scene and all that. They may be real there, but in the screen, they are all mithya only. They don't exist. What exists is only the screen, the white screen, which we don't see when we are seeing the movie. Only the movie is shut, we see the screen. So the jnani switches off the projector in his mind. Or you can say that, um, it's not exactly, he doesn't switch off because he's still seeing the world, but he actually doesn't relate to it. So that is what happened, right? So you may ask, what is wrong with the world then? Shankaracharya says, if nothing is wrong, I would not have written this Atma Bodha itself. Isn't it? There is everything wrong. You don't understand, it's a different matter, but things are not right, right? Because this world, while you are looking for the small bits and pieces of happiness, it is this lokam is shoka hatam cha samastam. The whole world is always, everybody is having shoka only all the time. Something or the other. And as you grow old, the shoka goes on increasing. Bhayam, shoka, guilt feeling, all these things are going on increasing as we grow old, rather, right? And that's why he says this is raga dveshadi sankulaha. Sankulaha means it is riddled with completely what you can call covered with what? Afflicted by this raga and dvesha, likes and dislikes. Adi means Adi Padat, Raga Dvesha Adi, he says. Adi Padat, you can bring in Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Madam, Acharya, all those things you can bring. So Raga Dvesha Adi Sankula hai. And as long as this Raga Dvesha is there, we know what the problem is. We saw that in the first chapter of Gita itself, isn't it? Arjuna Vishada Yoga. This Raga Dvesha result is only Vishada, nothing else. So now he says, Adi Shankara is defining mithya in a beautiful way. What is mithya? He says mithya is that which is swakale satyavat bhati. When you are experiencing it, it looks real. Satyavat. He says satyavat, as though real. That means what? It is not real. Right? We say, many ornaments. It's as though gold. Means it is not gold. Looks like gold. Looks real like real gold, but it is not gold. Right? So Satyavat Bhati Swakale, when it is being experienced in its time period, like the dream, when it is being experienced, Satyavat Bhati looks very real. Prabodhe, Prabodhe Sati, Asat, what is that? Asat Bhavati. Prabodhe Sati, Asat Bhavati. I think so, yeah. When you wake up only, you know that it was Asat. So at one point, this mithya looks real. At another time, it becomes unreal. You are woken up, so you know yesterday's dream was mithya. You know, have the knowledge, right? You go to sleep again next day. You again see a swapnam. Again, at that time, you will take that swapnam as mithya, satyam only. You will not know. Oh, yesterday also the same thing happened with me, and I knew that this swapnam was mithya. It was not satyam. Today, again the swapnam is coming to me. So I should not become serious about it. I should take it as mithya only. That thought won't come. Why? Because swakale satyavat bhati. Whenever you are experiencing a dream, always it will show to you as satyam only. It will appear to you as satyam only. It is only when you wake up, you will realize it was mithya. So this mithya is beautifully described or defined. Sat asadbhyam anirvachaniyam mithya. In the Shastra it is said. You cannot actually describe, it is anirvachaniyam. You cannot describe mithya. Sometimes it looks like sat, sometimes it looks like asat. So you cannot describe mithya. So for all ajnanis, this entire anatma prapancha looks like satyam only. It is only for the jnani, this anatma prapancha is understood to be mithya. So it is both satyam and mithya together, depending upon whether you are a jnani or you are a ajnani. Right? So this is the example he has given. And swapnam, we know that suppose we dream of something, we have a gold watch. We go to sleep with that. And there is a dream that this gold watch is lost. Will we have tension in the dream? Anxiety, oh my God, my watch is lost. And probably in the dream, we will do everything that we will otherwise do if the watch was really lost in the waking stage. And then, having failed, we will suddenly wake up with the anxiety and find that it was all a dream. So, Swakale Satyavat Bhati. Prabodhe, oh, it was only a dream. Yeah, the watch is still in my hand. I'm really a fool. This is what we will tell ourselves, isn't it? Prabodhe Sati Asad Bhave. That was Asad, that was not Satyam. And that is what it is, right? What is Satyam? We have seen in Tattva Bodha. Satyam is Trikala Abhadyam, right? Trikale api yat tishtati tat Satyam. What holds true in all three periods of time, that is Satyam, past, present, and future. If this Trikala Abhadyam is not applicable to anything, any experience, that is Mithya. This is another way to understand Satyam and Mithya. Right. So therefore, Prabodhe Sati Asat Bhavet. On waking up, it becomes unreal. So to sum up, this samsara is the Prathamika Dhyasa caused by Mula Vidya, and that too Vikshepa Shakti of this Mula Vidya. And when we wake up, when we become the super waker, when we have a further awakening, enlightenment, all these words you can use. Enlightenment, awakening, when we realized our true self-realization, we will understand this entire world was like a swapna tulyam only. It was like a swapna, like a dream, appeared to be real at that time when I was a waker. Now I have become a super waker. So now I can understand it was all a mithya, like a dream. This is this shloka's entire essence we have to understand. And as I said, this is very important because the entire edifice of Vedanta and also Advaita Vedanta is built on that. Otherwise, if you don't understand these subtle points, it is very difficult to negate the Dvaitam Prapancha. Which, of course, it's nothing that we are inventing something. It's all there in the Upanishads. It's there in Bhagavad Gita also. But then for us, since we are in the spiritual path, for us to understand this, we need to, this Anyonya Adhyasa is a very, very important thing, very important aspect of Advaita Vedanta. Unless we understand that, this Mithya, Satyam, Mithya and all that will not be clear to us at all. Even though we have seen that in Tattva Bodha, but here it's an opportunity which Adi Shankara has presented for us to analyze and understand why and how all this is happening. Okay, we'll stop here, continue in the next class. I will say the prayers, and if any questions are there, I will take. Okay. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you all.
In the slogam, on the Yanisha Sarva Bhudanam Tasyan Jagrat Samyamin Ornake.
Amam, Adum Mudde, Narayarke. Kshetram, what is that slokam? That Kshetranya, this entire Prapancha is Kshetram Abhidhiyate. I'm forgetting that sloka. Bhagavan Krishna talks about this, in Gita. The only problem is in Gita, it's all in different places. In fact, in one of these recent talks, Swami Paramathananda was saying, in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna, which I have mentioned to you also earlier, talks in three capacities. One is as Krishna, Mr. Krishna himself, right? Another is as as Bhagavan, Saguna Brahman. Then he also talks like Nirguna Brahman.
Oh.
So he gave for his students, he gave one exercise, homework. Read the whole Gita, which are all the slokas where Krishna talks as Mr. Krishna, which are the slokas which he talks as Saguna Brahman, and which are the slokas he talks as Nirguna Brahman. You do an he gave homework. so that you understand, the entire thing of Gita. Because Gita is a mixture of all the ideas that are there in Upanishads.
Sarvopanishad Saram.
Sarvopanishad Saram. So what happens is, different ideas are expressed in Upanishads from different standpoints. அது எல்லாம் கீதால இருக்கு. And without a clarity as to what it is. That's why again we require Bhashyakara's Bhashyam for understanding Gita. Right? And many other people, for example, in the ISKCON people, they say Krishna consciousness. What? How can Krishna consciousness be a word? It's like an oxymoron. Consciousness cannot have a name. It is Nirguna hai, Nirvikara hai. Then you give it a name as Krishna, right? Nama Rupa. So they have not understood what that Gita is all about. So இந்த மாதிரி அறகுறையா படிச்சுட்டு எல்லாரும் ஒண்ணு ஆரம்பிச்சுடுவா. So then it creates more confusion than clarification. We need not bother so long as we know we are understanding right from the Moola, the source, the Upanishads. We are not even at this stage depending upon Bhagavad Gita for our understanding. We are understanding it from the point of view of what the Upanishads say. So Gita is borrowed from the Upanishads. So instead of going through Gita, we can directly go to the Upanishads and then study from there. Najayate mriyate va, and also so many other mantras are there. Chandogyo lendu irukke Gita la, Brihadaranyaka lendu irukke. So many Upanishads are there. If we study those Upanishads, we will know which are the relevant ones in Gita. Anyhow, okay. Any questions?
Concept, Adhyasa concept. Is it Shankara's own or?
No. Adhyasa is there in Upanishads. Shankara has not come up with any of his own thing at all. All that he has done is, Shankara, when writing the commentary, he makes it very clear. Nothing is my own. But what is happening is, people who have written the commentary before me have not made certain points very clear. So it is not being understood in the way it should be understood. So I am writing this commentary in order to clarify those aspects more clearly to the people. That is the purpose. Otherwise, everybody will ask this question. Already there is a commentary on this. Why you are writing a new commentary? So this is the thing. So Shankara says, even though all these commentaries are existing, people are still following. They are thinking that this karma will give them moksha and all that. That is a wrong interpretation. Karma will not give moksha. Na karmana, na prajaya, na dhane, na tyage, naike. That mantra is there. Yarum purinjunte kadeyadu. Right? Amritatva manashu. What you can get by, what you should do to get that amritatva. One mantra is there, but nobody seems to have understood it. So I am required to write a detailed bhashya. And that is why in Brahma Sutra, he starts with this Adhyasa bhashya. If you don't understand this Anyonya Adhyasa, you will not understand Vedanta at all. This is 100% guarantee. You must understand why this is happening. People say Maya is Shankaracharya's own creation. And all. Maya is very much talked about in Upanishads. Adhyasa is talked about. In fact, I think little bit of this Adhyasa we also saw when we saw Kathopanishad. But the only problem with Upanishads is the language is so cryptic. Ada padicha, we won't be able to understand much unless somebody tells this is what it means. That is the problem. Anyhow, any questions or any other comments are there? நான் கிளாஸ் முடிச்சுட்டு நானே பேசிட்டு இருக்கேன்.
டவுட் கேட்டுட்டு தானே சொன்னேன்.
ஆமா, ஒரே ஒரு டவுட் நீங்க சொன்னீங்க இல்லையா, அப்போ அந்த ஞானிகளுக்கு இந்த இது மித்யான்னு தெரிஞ்சாச்சுன்னா வேர்ல்டு அப்புறம் அந்த விக்ஷேப சக்தி அந்த கிரியேட் அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் வராது இல்லையா? அப்ப நோ ட்ரீம் நத்திங்கா
வராதுன்னு இல்ல, அது இருக்கட்டுமே, ஐ டோன்ட் கேர்ங்கறா. ஞானி நோஸ் இட் இஸ் a விக்ஷேப சக்தி.
ஓ, he knows
this world is mithya. He knows this world is mithya. He knows that my body mind complex is mithya.
Okay.
But as long as it is not affecting me in any way, in my jnanam in any way, in my moksha in any way, in my jivan muktitvam in any way, I don't care whether it exists or it doesn't exist. That is his approach, Jnani's approach.
Okay.
Jnani does not say that this world is mithya, so you should neglect this world or ignore this world. Jnani doesn't say, because he realizes
He realizes
that people who are Agyanis take this world to be Satya, and so I must not disturb their understanding at this stage. They will understand this as Mithya only when they get the Jnana.
Buddhibedam janayet.
Ama, buddhibedam janayet. That is very important. Krishna ve solraru idhula Geetha la. Don't try to confuse people. அதனால வேதாந்தாக்கு நீங்க வந்ததுனாலதான் நான் சொல்றேன் தவிர நான் போயிட்டு இப்ப எல்லாரும் உட்காருங்க நான் உங்களுக்கு வேர்ல்டு மித்தியான்னு சொல்றேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு பைத்தியம் சொல்லிட்டு கல்லடி
ஒத்துக்கவே
மாட்டா. அதான் சோ இதெல்லாம் எல்லாத்தையும் சொல்ல வேண்டிய சமாச்சாரம் இல்ல. யார் வீட்டுக்காவது நம்ம போறோம், ஏதாவது ஒரு somebody has died, அங்க போயிட்டு இதெல்லாம் ஜாயத்தே மிருதேவா கதாச்சின் மாயம் பூத்தாலாம் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன்னா அவன் நேரம் போன் பண்ணி ஒரு ஆம்புலன்ஸ் கூப்பிட்டு நம்மள ஆக்ராக்கு அனுப்பிச்சு விடுவான். இது எதுவும் இங்க துக்கம் விசாரிக்க வந்துட்டு பகவத்கீதா சொல்லிட்டு உட்காந்துருக்கு. அதனால இதெல்லாம் எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்ல வேண்டிய சமாச்சாரம் கிடையாது, நம்ம புரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு உண்டிய சமாச்சாரம், அவ்வளவுதான். We must understand. I am a jnani na. Jnani also, you see a jnani, you won't know he is a jnani. Only a jnani knows that I am a jnani.
Special ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது.
Special ஒண்ணும் கிடையாது. He knows. But there may be indications in terms of his compassion, in terms of his love, in terms of his lack of reaction for situations which otherwise will provoke anger and greed and all that. None of that.
அந்த சதாசிவ பிரம்மேந்திர பத்தி இப்படி சொல்லுவா.
அவர்தான் ஞானி. சதாசிவ பிரம்ம நிறைய ஞானிகள் அப்படிதான். அவனை பார்த்தா நமக்கு தெரியும் இவன் ஞானின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. ஆனா நம்ம அவர்கிட்ட போய் நீங்க ஞானியா கேட்டனா அவன் சொல்லுவான் அப்படின்னா என்னது. For him there is nothing called Agyani because he has become Jnani rather. So இதெல்லாம் புரிஞ்சுக்கணும். very subtle aspects.
Okay.
Good. Right. வேற என்ன? நமஸ்காரம். சோ
நிறைய டவுட் வருது, அது அப்புறம்
டவுட் எல்லாம் எழுதி வச்சுக்கோங்க, கேட்கலாம். நம்ம ஒரு கிளாஸ் டவுட் கிளாஸ் வச்சு விட்டுறலாம். See, what happens is many doubts may come, but as we go along, automatically some of them doubts automatically will get resolved. Clear ஆயிடும். So அதனால தான் what we say இந்த நம்மளோட இந்த டீச்சிங் பரம்பரால we say to keep the doubts at the end. மனநமுக்கு வச்சுக்கோ அந்த டவுட்ஸ. முதல்ல சிரவணம் பண்ணு ஃபுல்லா. that is what is important.
சிரவணமே முடியல என்ன ஒழுங்கா.
சிரவணம் முடியாது, அது நிறைய இருக்கு இன்னும் சமாச்சாரம். இப்பதான் நான் இது இந்த ஆஸ்பெக்ட் எல்லாம் ஈவன் கட்டோபனிஷத்துல கூட அவ்வளவு டீடைல்டா இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்ணேன். because now that you have been exposed to Vedanta for at least more than a year now, I am venturing to expose this adhyasa business and all that, right? In fact, இதுக்கும் மேல இருக்கு ஸ்டேஜஸ். இங்க இப்ப நீங்க ரீசன்ட் சுவாமிஜி பரமாத்மா விவேக சூடாமணி எல்லாம் கேட்டேன்னா மைண்ட் பாக்லிங். அது குழம்பியே போயிடும். unless you are really into this, you won't understand what is being taught. Fantastic. Vivek Chudamani towards the end, Shankaracharya, what he says is totally unbelievable kind of a thing.
அந்த குரு அஷ்டமா ஒண்ணு இருக்கு அவரோட. அதுவே இப்படித்தான் இருக்கு. அது படிச்சோன்னா ஒன்னும் சுத்தம் எதுவுமே இல்லை என்னோட.
ஒண்ணுமே கிடையாது. ஆமா, அதாவது விவேக சூடாமணியில கடைசியில சொல்ற இந்த ஜீவன் முக்தி விதேக முக்தி எல்லாம் சொல்றோமே, that is only for us, for Agyanis. For a Jnani there is no Jivan Mukti and no Videha Mukti because he is a Nitya Mukta. He knows I was never born. This body, for a Jnani, his own body doesn't exist. It's a Mithya. He knows it fully. இவ்வளவு நாள் என்ன சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தோம்? கர்மா, லா ஆஃப் கர்மா, ஞானிக்கு கர்மா அஃபெக்ட் ஆகாது, பாடி வில் கண்டினியூ, பிராரப்த கர்மாலாம். ஞானி said there is no prarabdha karma also for me. So இதெல்லாம் இருக்கு. I mean this concept goes on developing rather until the final
stage. But இதுல இருந்து தான் அது ஆரம்பிச்சு போகணும் இல்லையா? We have to start from this only.
You have to start from this. You have to start from Tattva Bodha only, not from these also. அது இல்ல direct. அதனால தான் ஆத்ம போதா முதல்ல எடுக்கல. I mean I wanted to put you through certain basic. Kathopanishad is a simple one, right? இப்ப நீங்க இதே மாண்டூக்கிய உபனிஷத்து போனேன்னா, காரிகாக்கு போனேன்னா பயங்கரமா இருக்கும். அது ஒண்ணுமே புரியாது. அதெல்லாம் புரியறதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் பேஸ். இந்த ஸ்வப்ன துல்யோஹி சொல்றாரு, this whole this swapna jagat is being analyzed in மாண்டூக்கிய உபனிஷத் threadbare. சோ உங்களுக்கு அது அதோட மித்யாத்துவம் புரியறதுக்கு நிறைய ஆர்குமெண்ட்ஸ் இருக்கு அதுல மாண்டூக்கியால. அதெல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு இருந்தேன்னா it will be very nobody will understand. அதனாலதான் இந்த ஆத்ம போதா மாதிரி இங்க அந்த கான்செப்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் இன்ட்ரோடியூஸ் பண்றது. then we will go later to the wider subject. That's how the process is.
Okay, Mama.
சரியா? Okay.
Okay, Mama.
Right. நீங்க
Namaskaram. Thank
சாப்பிட
you,
போங்க,
Mama.
நானும்
Thank you.
தயாரி பண்றேன். நமஸ்காரம். We'll see you on
Namaskaram.
Friday. ஹரி ஓம். ஹரி ஓம். நமஸ்காரம்.
Hari Om. Hari Om.
நமஸ்காரம். நமஸ்காரம்.